Hello and welcome to the show. I am back on a car mechanics simulator. Today we're going to be, well, testing these three rather different vehicles around the racetrack because I haven't been there yet. I'm curious to see what it is like. We have got our Rat Rod RX-7 because I can't fix the bodywork, so we're going to leave it as a Rat Rod. We've got the supercharged Corvette over here that's a future project car, and we've got a random customer's i3 turbocharged box that needs a new gearbox and a new front drive shaft bit. So we're going to have a try with these three and yeah, kind of see how things go. I am going to try. I haven't actually put oil in this, so which will be a very, very important thing to do with a rotary vehicle. Also, are we pouring oil pretty much onto the intake now, onto the throttle? I think we are. Either way, I'm going to see how fewer bodywork bits I need on the RX-7 to get away with it. Essentially, we're going to see what I can and can't get away with on this car. For example, it doesn't have a steering wheel or a seat in it at the moment. Oopsie, it might have pulled out a little bit too full. There we go. See, it's fine. Yeah, it doesn't have a seat or a steering wheel. It does have all of the wheels, and as far as I'm aware, it has absolutely everything else. Everything else on the car is lovely, shiny, and very much brand new. So, we are going to go and see if it will let it slide with this situation. Racetrack, we're going to take the Mazda RX-7. It will! Oh dear. Well, here we are on the racetrack with our largely see-through car. If we go in the interior... Oh, that's the free camera for that. We go in the interior view. There we go. We have got... we are steering by telepathy. I'm... Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. I'm not really sure what's going on with the gearbox of the car. I'm not sure if it's a half manual. Whoa. Oh, God. Okay. Things are not going very well for me. It doesn't seem to want to change up, and then sometimes it does. That's okay. The gearbox, very, very weird. Oh, car, very, very slidey as well. Oh no, the game's got auto counter steer on it. Oh, why would you do that? Why would you do that? It kind of tries to straighten the car up on its own. I don't want you to do that at all. There may be, I would hope there might be a mod that will remove that from the game quickly. One of my biggest gripes with Need for Speed was the way that the cars felt like they're driving themselves. This is very, very weird. It's almost like it's trying to auto-center itself. It's trying to stop you from losing control of the car too much. Like, as you come out of a corner, you then don't have... That's a really... It doesn't do it when you're doing the normal test drive. It only seems to do it at the racetrack, which is really peculiar. It's very strange indeed. Oh, but it means if you try and make any small adjustments coming down a straight, the game will ever so often get confused, freak out, and go, no, you should be doing this. And that kind of just throws the car about randomly. As far as racetracks go, this is really cool. I like this. As far as a test track, oh, I'm terrible at cutting the corner there. Oh, there's even a rally stage. We're going to find out what it's like across the rally stage. Now, let's stop messing around. Let's actually go. I don't know if we can only do 3 laps or whether we can do as many as we like. We'll probably do as many as we like. Oh, that's towards a post. We're fine. Yeah, it's a real shame about the handling. Unless there is an option, and I apologise, if there is an option to turn it off that I haven't come across, please, please do let me know. As far as I know, I can't bring up any option menus in here. Oh, we can bring up that one, but that's about it, just to get us back to the garage. As far as I know, there is a option menu. We can still spin out. Again, that was a lot more me trying to see what the game would let me get away with and what it wouldn't let me get away with. So you can still lose control of your vehicle. However, the game really, really wants to kind of auto-center itself in many ways, which is just not... It kind of drifts about. Why is it doing that? Oh dear! Things have gone very badly wrong for the Mazda. Whoops. Oops. Big big gear. Come on, gearbox, do something. It's not good. It's really not good at all. In all, oh, it's just a shame. It's such a shame. I don't know why you couldn't just have exactly the same. All you needed was exactly the same handling that you had in the test track. It's actually quite fun to drive the cars in the test track. In fact, it's very good fun to drive the cars in the test track. I wonder, maybe me having a wonky car in terms of not having a steering wheel and all that bollocks. If that's doing anything, I very highly doubt it. We will find out when we take the Corvette around here, because that is a vaguely complete car. Yeah, that's a real show. We did a really impressive flip into turn 1, so I mean bonus points for that, because I'm going to want to try it now. We're going to try and get this car. No, stop it. Now, I'm not touching the steering. Are we actually going to go in a straight line? We are, but if I try and like steer to the left or to the right, okay, I'm doing little enough there. It kind of just doesn't go back to the centre. Ooh, I'm not stopping into turn 1 there. Well, we've run a little bit wide. Oh, panic, slam on the brakes of the handbrake. Okay, we can't quite get slowed down in that manner. Oh god, and there we do the buzz, 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 buzz. Come on, stop torturing the engine. Thank you. I know it's a rotary. I know it's supposed to rev high, but yeah, don't buzz the limiter like that. That won't do it too much. Good. Right, we're gonna get. I was hoping this lap was going to be the good lap. It's not. It's going to have to be next lap. We're going to get a competitive lap time of sorts with the RX-7. It's very much like I am fighting the computer for control here. Ooh, I mean, that's kind of straight line. That's kind of the line you want to take through there. It's a little bit scary. And it's made scarier by the fact that I'm not 100% sure I have full control of my car. I'm never sure when the game is going to try and rip that control away from me and throw me into a wall. Let's face it, at the end of the day, a game that's about car mechanicking, having an actual racetrack to test around is pretty cool. Especially when we get performance parts, you can try and go for the fastest laps and whatnot. However, the lack of control does take away a lot of that enjoyment. Not being able, I say not being able to, but having to constantly fight the computer because it wants to do strange things with your car is a little bit of a shame. Oh, well, this is not going to be the competitive lap I hoped for, really. I was trying not to jump the corner because I have been quite bad at ignoring track limits through that section, and oh, we're going to slide out towards the wall. We got away with it. Oh, we're going to have another big oversteer moment. Yeah, just never sure. I'm never sure what the car is going to do at all here. So if we jump on the brakes, oh, it's not quite as good a line this time around. We're going to have a little bit of a wiggly moment. Come on, Mazda. We can go maybe quicker than a 1 minute 9. I feel like there's probably a little bit more time, whatever this lap time might end up being. I feel like it could definitely be a little bit more. Oh, bounced off the wall slightly. Still, the Rat RX-7 is going to bounce off another wall. Bad. Oh. Well, this is going to have to do. Whatever this lap time may be, will do. It's a 1:07.1. And we will try and slow down. Oh, and a spin. And try and get going again. I don't know how far away it's going to let me explore to in this area, whether there's any ways to get out of it and so on. I suspect probably not. I didn't know it was going to let me go through that or not. But there we go, a 1 minute 7. That is the time that we will try and beat with our Corvette. Okay, we're not quite going to jump straight out in the Corvette because there are a couple of bits and pieces that it doesn't have on the engine. It doesn't have a fuel rail, doesn't have a throttle, or doesn't have either of the exhaust manifolds, which is not so helpful. Fuel rail... Oh, I didn't actually look whether it's... which fuel rail was it? It was direct injection. Sure. Fuel rail... direct injection. We need throttle V8. We will then need exhaust manifolds. We will need 2 exhaust manifolds for the V8. 2 of them. Then the car should hopefully be good to go. I probably should have checked the sort of part mounting section first before just assuming that the car was complete. This was the auction house buy, I believe, if I remembered correctly. It was a little while ago that we found it. Yeah, this was from the auction house. It was a relatively expensive buy. That being said, relatively successful in that I can sell it straight on now and I'll make a profit without even having to do anything. which is always helpful. Always helpful indeed. In fact, how much is those dump? Maybe I can't. It used to be worth a lot more. I don't know. They've rebalanced the economy a fair bit, so I might not be able to anymore. Let's see. Oh, we should probably check if it's got any oil in it, shouldn't we? Have you got any oil in you? No, you do not. Good thing I checked. I think the game wouldn't let you go and drive it without having oil in it. Unlike, what was it called? I forgot the name of the blooming gate. Revhead? That's the one where I think I accidentally clicked fire up the engine and completely blew it to bits because it didn't have any oil or coolant or something like that. This game won't do that to you. It won't be quite that mean. So, there is that, which is very helpful. That'll do. Right, car has oil, and we should be ready to go to the racetrack. Oh, okay, ignition coil. Oh, bugger, is there more missing to this car than I first realised? Maybe. Can I... Oh, do I have to take... Why don't I take the throttle off to get the... Oh, okay, there's a couple of coils over this side that we're missing, and the head cover. I don't know whether I'll need the head cover... Oopsie. Whether I'll need the head cover or not for the car to work. I mean, theoretically, it would still drive perfectly fine without the head cover. We'll give it a try just to see what it'll do. There we go, 2 brand new ignition coils. Again, we're going to need them at some point. Will it let me drive it without the coils covered? No, it won't. The game will just refuse to let me drive that one. Shame. It's just a generic V8 one. There's no left or right hand side ones by the looks of it. Coil cover V8. Thank you. And then we will stick that on there. So we should eventually be good to go to the racetrack. Nope. Where's the fuel filter? I swear there wasn't another slot for it. Obviously there was. I didn't see the little ghost image come up. Fuel filter, that one. Also, thank you to people that told me that when the stuff isn't... Oh, there it is. I was looking at the engine from the wrong angle. When stuff doesn't appear when you're in the search bar, it's because the things the things stayed scrolled down to the bottom of the page. That'll be useful in future. Cannot start the engine. Oh, don't tell me there's more broken in here. Oh, maybe there is more broken. Okay, I guess we're not going to go and take this out. I don't know why we can't start the engine. Have we got part... Oh, of course, got to get the throttle off, don't I, first? Maybe we're missing, like, a spark plug or something? On this side? I think the other side had all of its... no, they've got the coils on. They'd have to have the spark plugs on. There doesn't seem to be any wires, but I don't know if there is for this particular engine. I don't think there... Well, there wouldn't be. It's all computer controlled. That's going to need a lot more... Well, I say it's going to need a lot more work. It's going to need work on it. I was hoping it was going to be complete enough to just go and drive, and the answer is no. Damn it. Okay, well, sadly, the Corvette isn't going to go out. Right, customer car, the turbocharged i3. That thing is going to try. Hopefully this car actually works. Yay, it does. Happy days. Well, here we are with our little... Look at the amazing hatchback go. It is the Pumamobile in, well, hatchback form and with a much smaller... Whoops. Gotta remember that. Gotta remember that. Running away. Handling-wise, you know, it still kind of does it. It still kind of centers itself. It does seem better in this. Perhaps, funnily enough, trying to drive a car without a steering wheel isn't a good idea. Maybe it does have some sort of... I mean, it should have some sort of effect on the car. Let's have a look from third-person view. What are the wheels doing at the front? You see, no, this is handling like you would expect a car to. I mean, it's kind of almost like it's auto-steering itself to a centre point again, more so than, you know, when you let go of a steering wheel in a car, it will centre itself. That's to be expected. Is the way that it's doing the suspension geometry, the way that that's all set up. It'll do that, and you know that helps with driving and so on. This kind of feels like it's very aggressively doing that, like it's doing it quicker than it would naturally do it. It's like it's snapping itself back straight, and there it didn't immediately stop steering when I let go. It's perhaps not the most responsive of vehicles. And let's not forget, I am driving this on a keyboard. I don't think a controller works. I don't think you get any inputs from a controller, so I don't think you can set it up. I might be wrong. There may also be a mod out there to deal with that. Oh, I keep forgetting how tight the first corner is here, although this is nowhere near as quick as the Mazda, of course. Oh, make the corner. Ugh. Okay, little bit escapade on the exit there. We're gonna go full aggressive time attack mode into a wall. I was hoping I could get away with that. We might have to go full aggressive, maybe Forza Online public lobby racing line mode if we are gonna go quicker than the Mazda. Because yeah, that last one was from a standing start, and the Mazda's lap was shonky as anything. But I feel like we can do a half-decent lap time with this car. It's not terrible to drive. It's just not particularly fast, as you would imagine. While it may have the same kind of number of cylinders as the as the Mazda, they're technically kind of three. Well, they're I don't really know what you would. Yeah, it's kind of technically classed as a 3-cylinder when it's put up against other conventional engine vehicle. Either way, we've got to try and find a fair number of seconds. I'm not sure, even with maximum aggression corner jumping, we're going to be able to find 9 seconds. We can be nice and late on the brakes, though, into this first corner. It's a very mean, kind of a tightening all the way around turn 1 there. Then we have another chicane to test the car. There's no real high-speed stuff on this circuit. It's all a lot of medium speed and low-speed stuff. We'll have to be more cheeky, shall we say, with our curb usage there if we're going to go quicker. Slow. Oh, too late on the brakes. Oh, too late on the brakes there. We've pretty much come to a complete standstill. That was my stupid. That was very much my stupid there. Bounce it across the curb. Fine. Kind of use the curbs a little bit to turn the car if we if we want there, which is helpful. Well, we should be able to be flat out through here. Basically straight line all of that. I'm going to get it stopped nice and early so we can try and carry speed through here, which we can. And then out the other side, nicely does it. Oh, get it slowed for this final corner. Oh, a little bit turned in too soon. I could probably carry more speed there, and then we have that run towards the line where we do not have a zip power in our... It's not even our hatchback. Somebody else's hatchback that we are going... right, don't tell the customers, by the way. Anyone that wants to come to the FailRace Industries workshop, you are more than welcome to. We won't race your cars, honestly. We won't race the customer cars to find out which one is the quickest. Much. Maybe a little. Maybe just slightly. Where we've done improvements on them, you've got to find out how good the improvements are, and naturally, the only way you can do that is with a good old race. That's a big old corner car. I feel like they could do with perhaps be a little bit of an extension of the tyre bundle there. At the end of the day, it's you're only really, I guess, cheating yourself around here. Yeah, you can go and set the fastest lap time, but it's kind of irrelevant if you are making up your own circuit. I like it, though. I'm much better handling with this car. I don't know whether it's a Mazda thing or whether it's the silly way that I was driving it without a steering wheel. Oh, we carried too much speed on the way into that corner, and we're probably not going to go... Well, I'd imagine we should go faster this lap around. We should go faster, considering the massive corner cut we did, although we're then going to run wide. We still carried an okay amount of speed there. So, was it 107? I think we were looking at trying to go quicker than. We're not going to do it in this. Nope. We're not going to be able to go faster in this. Can we go sub 1 minute 10? No, we can't. Even with the big old corner cut, a 111 is going to have to do. Oh, that was a little bit close to the wall. Just a smidge close to the wall there. But, well, that was entertaining enough. Well, with the Corvette not wanting to play ball, I have found another supercharged V8 to go and be using. This is another customer car. It is the Panther Super Sport. I believe this is a fairly new addition to the game. The Bolt was the first. Bolt Reptilia, I believe, is that? Again, I'm trying to remember that. Yeah, Bolt Reptilia was the first car to have a supercharged engine as an option. Now, as far as I know, you still can't supercharge a normal engine, but there are, I guess, sort of more tiers of cars appearing. So, for example, this Super Sports version has a supercharged engine. The normal car does not, just has a normal V8 in it. So there are more options around for high-performance vehicles, and we're going to go and test this one out and see how fast we can get that crazy monster to go. So the car might not be in a... particularly fantastic condition. Makes a decent enough sound. I will give it that. Ooh, it is very, very quick down into turn 1 compared to that previous car. Ooh, it snaps around. Okay, I'm going to go for the third person because I'm kind of curious to see how the game deals with the handling of the car. Yeah, it's the same thing that Mazda does. Apparently the front-wheel drive cars it's okay with, but the rear-wheel drive cars it wants to kind of counter-steer for you, but I'm never sure how much it's going to do the counter-steering. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I had hopes that we wouldn't be getting that. Well, the front-wheel drive little hatchbacks, they are the way to go then, apparently, in this game, if you want the most enjoyment out of your car. We're going to go slidey, twitchy, exploring our way towards the final corner. Will this have enough speed to go quicker than the RX-7? Potentially. I'm not sure it's going to have enough control, but we will give it a good old try. We had a bit of a spin and it's been a terrible first lap. Yeah, it's doing the same. Almost wanting to try and steer itself down here. I mean, it is doing 240 kilometers an hour. I don't know my kilometers an hour in miles an hour. I know about 320 is 200 miles an hour. That's about the limit of my knowledge. So it's going to go pretty bloody fast on its way down towards turn 1. It's a big old stop for that first corner. Oh, it's a nice enough driving car. I don't have a problem with the handling physics. Yeah, they're quite arcadey and so on. If we just got rid of the auto counter-steer weirdness up towards this interesting braking zone. I quite like that as a corner. Quite like that as a... You could, if I was designing it, you could have made that just a little bit meaner, whoopsie, and had it so that you couldn't quite straight line. I can straight line that and just about keep two wheels. Well, two wheels within the white lines. I mean, you're climbing all over the curbs, but you are just about within track limits there, so you could feasibly be meaner. The issue with this kind of auto countersteer is I'm never sure if I need to countersteer to catch it and how much the game is going to do it for me, which is why I'm finding myself spinning out a lot in this car, because it kind of, if you countersteer yourself, you end up... the faster the cars get, the worse it gets. I am seeing that much going on here. It's just trying to do small direction changes, and the game is far too busy fannying around trying to sort it out for you when I'm perfectly happy sorting it out myself. Get off the grass, we get no speed when we're across the grass. So far we're doing better this time around. Oh, come on. Don't end up on the grass too much there. That's alright. Now, we're going to go... No, we're not going to go and do what I wanted to do there, because the game was deciding the car wanted to turn to the right, but I didn't want it to. Thank you for that. I think we can probably go quicker than the RX-7. Maybe not on this lap. I think we probably can with this car. And there we go. We fight it as it wobbles its way around the final turn. Run towards the line if we can get off of the grass. Okay, we might be... No, bad things are going on when you bounce off a wall. We are going to go faster than the RX-7. Brake. Try and slow down. Okay, we're around the first part of the corner. Around the second part of that turn. Perfect. That's about as cleanly as we've made it around any corner in this game. That's still a big old jump across there. Not quite got the line right of how to, well, make the most of that turn. You know, jump as much of the curve as you can while still keeping wheels on the track. I jumped across a lot of the curve there, but it didn't really gain me much. Oh, almost taking out the signposts. This is a cool addition. Yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had. With the racetrack, with a couple of tweaks to the handling. It's fairly simple tweaks as well. Oh, that snapped around very quickly. Snapped around very quickly indeed. Well, there we go. That was a look at the racetrack. We will have some... I think this car actually came in for an exhaust fix. Yeah, don't mind me. We'll just do a burnout. Oh dear. Yeah, this is a really cool addition, though. I like the racetrack. Just a little bit of work on the car's handlings, and then it'll be fantastic, fantastic fun. That, though, is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.